What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video. Today we are gonna take a look at Ahsoka Sabine Wren from Hot Toys, and you can order this at bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. Man, this Ahsoka line is hot. Every figure that I've seen is tempting. I want to get them all. I actually do like the show, and without a doubt, every single figure from that line so far has been spot on. I can't wait for Shinhati as well to pair up with Sabine. I'm also looking forward to Ahsoka herself, and let's unbox this beauty. I'm gonna say it right now. You can see this artwork right here. This is one of the best head sculpt that I have seen from Hot Toys, male or female. Just one of the best. I'm not sure if it's the hair, the short hair, the color of the hair perhaps help. Maybe because the actress herself is just stunning, but there's something about this head sculpt that is just spot on, in my opinion. Shape of the face, hair. You got the Loth-cat here. And also the price is not bad. It's under $300. And you get all these accessories articulated as you could ask for. Has the gimmick of, the USB lightsaber. You got some hologram right here. Decent, and well, I wouldn't say decent, enough accessories that I can't think of to add any more. You got some buttons here, and you got the replacement, and then you got the what is that, the power supply for her lightsaber. If you choose to do so, you get 2 hooks if you want to. You got 2 sides of lightsaber in here, and you got this nice helmet with this, how do you call this, sleeve on her neck to cover her neck piece, which is pretty brilliant, honestly, to avoid seeing the skin tone. And then you have Ahsoka herself. You got a bunch of hands, of course, something that you would always find in a Hot Toys figure. And you got that, and it's nicely painted. The figure itself is beautiful, but the head sculpt, my goodness, like I said earlier, probably as of now, and I know they keep on getting better and better. You get some normal base as well, but boy, this is something that next level, I would say. Normally they would mess up female faces, but with Ahsoka, that is pretty good as well. Outside of the expressive head sculpt, and let's take a closer look at the accessories. So she has a decent amount of hands. So this is the trigger finger hand. You can see her finger is extended. You have her hold her blasters. There is a glove, nicely sculpted as well to represent just real gloves. You got some fisted hands and the lightsaber hands. This one, I'm assuming this is to hold the hologram right here. This is a good hologram, by the way. I don't remember those scenes. But this is colored, compared to just the all blue kind of like TV scan type of hologram that we always get. I don't remember the scene. But yeah, I'm assuming this hand is used to just hold the disc. But I think I dropped mine, so it's okay. But yeah, who is this hologram? Let me know in the comments. Like I said, I don't remember. It's been a while. It's been a minute since I watched the show. The helmet looks good. Shape looks nice. And this sleeve right here to cover the neck is also a brilliant idea. Then you got the rangefinder. We're gonna get closer look on that. This is just a regular base. I don't know if you can see the weathering, but it's all over the place, and you can see the power supply of the USB where you attach the cord. You have 2 options, really, but I don't want to put that in her back. You got 2 blasters for her. One is blue. I'm trying to move it to see if there's any articulation to these blasters. I guess not. One blue, one yellow. Does one go left or right? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Those kind of details I don't really pay attention to. But I was just basing it off her shoulder pads. One is blue, one's yellow. So I'm guessing one goes where. And then you have two hilts. Apparently this is Ezra's lightsaber. So you have two options. You can use the one with no wires, so it doesn't have the light up function. Nicely detailed. You can see weathering on the handle itself. Nice shape of a lightsaber as well. I'm not used to this newer, versions. And then you have this hook, the one you hook on her side, so you can just have it dangling on her belt. And then you have this USB powered lightsaber where you're gonna insert it right there in that hole. And then you have a USB-C, you can run it in a power bank if you want to, or just plug it directly to your to a power supply. It's really up to you, to your outlet, but I'm probably not gonna use that. I didn't even use it here. And then the Loth-cat, really cool. Imagine if you wanted this before, you have to buy the Grogu set, which initially I think it was like $140 or more. In here, it's included. So, hey, congratulations. You just saved money. And it's a different cat as well. So, if you already have that, at least there's a little bit of incentive in owning both. Now, let's take a look at the tailoring for this. A lot of details. The pleather belt, as we know. But overall, this looks great. The proportions are good. The armor does not hinder any articulation. Nicely weathered, just about right. And you can see from her, the stitching looks very clean. Overall, the figure from her pants to her boots, who is covering, it looks pleather. I have some Luke Skywalker who has pretty similar look. I don't know if this is... It feels pleather. Okay, so it is pleather. It looks like she's wearing a chap, but it's not. It's just how her clothing looks. You can see some pouches that are not movable. Her armor, those are scratches that are pre-made there. So, keep that in mind. Don't return it once you get yours. That's Dory on her shoulders, and then you got some nice details both on her gauntlets as well. You can see the glove. This is most like I like Sabine with the blasters more than the lightsaber, but hey, you have the option. I have mine just dangling on her belt out there. And now let's look into the head sculpt. Well, the helmet, let's start off with that. Nice design. A bit narrower, I would say, compared to the other female, Mandalorians and whatnot. I like the overall design. I like the subtle weathering on the top. Also, the brushed, kind of like dirt on the silver part is also pretty cool. The shape is good. How you insert this is not bad. You will see this. I mean, anyone who has owned a figure within the past year and a half who has rolling eyeball system, you got this two-prong kind of thingy. It's a hit or miss. Some figures are easy. Some figures are not, like Jane Foster. I don't know. I always have issues with Jane. But this one, I really don't have any issues at all. I don't know if it's Jane's hair that is, pushing it down, and I'm having a hard time. But you can see the sleeve on her neck. It's a black one. It's not that tight, but I'm assuming it would leave some mark if you continue using that. And look at this head sculpt right here. I mean, I didn't even get, the lighting and all that, pretty similar. But boy, it is amazing. I'll tell you right now, it looks great. I tried to recapture the shadows and whatnot, but the hair, I think they nailed the hair. The color of the eyes, just the shape of the face, how she looks is one of the best head sculpts that I've seen. And look at this hair where it does have, I guess, just the proper amount of strands that are separated. It's not an entire piece, that you can see the separation even from, the lower part. But overall, just the volume of the hair is phenomenal. I wouldn't be any happier if this was rooted, or those, we call it rooted, they're not really rooted, but we'll continue calling them rooted hair. But this looks great. I mean, if you could, maybe because of the short hair, because I also am reviewing Jane Foster Mighty Thor in the same time, and it's not as good as this. So maybe it's a combination of the color of the hair being a bit unusual and also the length of the hair. But overall, man, one of the best head sculpts ever. Articulation wise, just be careful with his head. It's a different adapter. Watch some of my reviews to know. But other than that, it functions the same way. Elbows, not single jointed. I can tell you that. It's not single jointed female figure. And then you can do the T-pose right here. The shoulder panel does move around. Again, separation between the inner shirt into the outer, so you could raise the arm forward. You can raise it higher if needed be. You can do a lot of things. There's nothing that you can't do with this figure. I'm telling you right now, maybe short of doing a split. The waist can move enough to give you enough dynamic pose. There's a little bit of ab crunch. The split, sure, but I don't foresee myself. You can see it later on. I have him on a kneeling pose, and that I pulled that off very easily. Bend the knee as well. You got some ankle articulation, some pivot as well. That up and down, side to side. You have some. You can flex it forward if you want to, again, you'll see me later do this, but in a practical usage, you won't have any issues as far as, moving the legs and all that stuff. Beautiful. And you don't have to worry about posing her, like, speaking right now, like, if you want to pose her like this, holding her helmet, because everything is fabric, pretty much, outside of the belt, obviously, that you won't have any long-term damages. Compared to somebody with like a rubber suit or some pleather material that, if you leave her arms bent, this one, you can set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about anything. And look at that scene right there. She got her helmet right on the table. Just looks beautiful, this figure. Maybe anatomically, look at this pose right here. And it's pretty stable. So you can see she's moving around, kneeling down. I have a green screen, so you can barely see her green lightsaber. I never thought of that before doing this, but yeah, you can kind of see it there. If it's a photograph, I would have just photoshopped it, but it's video. But as you can tell, that's a pretty good kneel right there for a figure with pants like hers, which is a little bit baggy. But still enough movement out there. Looks beautiful. The only downside I have for me right now is I don't have any companion piece for her. I don't have Balin. I don't have Ahsoka yet. Though Shinhati hasn't been released. Maybe I should buy Balin. I don't know. I wanted to. I think at some point I will. Not yet though. I have some things on my pile of loot that is waiting for me. I'm trying this delayed gratification, just keep on putting it there, and I'll get it when I get it, when I feel like there's nothing on the horizon for me. But maybe I'll do that with Balin as well. But this pose right here, easily you can do this without any effort whatsoever. Height comparison wise with Mandalorian, this is the first chrome, not the chrome version, by the way, and Boba Fett from Mandalorian as well with the throne. I think they all look good together, all these Mandos. This is the closest one as I could get as far as companion pieces, but obviously the better one would be both Ahsoka, if I'm gonna get that without a doubt, and Shinhati. In Shinhati, you can make them, recreate that fight scene. Ironically, I believe this is the forest where they had the fight. And then with Ahsoka, obviously, the apprentice dynamics of that is, great as well. But there you go. Final thoughts on Sabine Wren. Beautiful figure. Beautiful. You get your money's worth for this one. Under $300. Decent amount of accessories. As a matter of fact, compared to Mighty Thor that I just got, I mean, that has nothing compared to the accessories and that's more expensive than Sabine has. The cat, the second head sculpt per se, the helmet, the guns, her, and then you got the lightsaber option, everything that you can ask for. Outside of you not being a Star Wars fan or not even an Ahsoka fan, just as a figure, this is amazing. And obviously the biggest selling point would be this amazing head sculpt. If you're not a fan of Ahsoka, of course, just skip on this. But as a figure, man, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. 2 head sculpts, under $300. Rolling eyeball system, bunch of accessories. That's all you need to say. And, just wait for Shinhati. Shinhati, I'm sure it's going to be good as well. 1 head sculpt, though, for her. In here, you got a couple. So you have options. You got display options, especially when Ahsoka starts hitting the U.S. market. I don't import that from overseas, so that would be a good display as well. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about this figure? Is this something you think of picking up? Love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.